Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. This is a quote from Dr. Seuss. Welcome to another episode of Self-Employed Success Seekers Weekend Edition with me, your host, Marcus. This is a channel that is dedicated to people that are self-employed, want to be self-employed, and anybody who's interested in going to the next step in their life. But before we get into today's topic, just want to say that today's video is sponsored by Gatorade. No, I'm just kidding. Today's video is dedicated to Dante. He was a classmate of mine at Georgia State. He weren't in any classes yet. We lived in the same dorm, so I guess he's my classmate. But I applaud his consistency. I see him all the time in the lofts with his laptop, working towards being a CPA, and he got it. I'm proud of him. And shout out to you, Dante. So hope you enjoyed the video. But on today's episode, we're going to talk about the eyes of others, okay? We're going to talk about how other people's approval, how seeking other people's approval is a bad way to live, and it leads to more bad than good. But this is what Ben Franklin said about it. Keep in mind, Ben Franklin is faced on a $100 bill. Very rich guy. I know a lot of you guys want money. And he said it's the eyes of others that harm us, okay? If we were blind, we wouldn't want fine houses, or we wouldn't want nice clothes, because we're all doing these things to please people. One thing I've learned in my life, and my family is guilty of this, is that for some reason, a lot of people buy houses to look good for other people. Like my family does. I've known other people that have done this. Like, people are obsessed with looking good in front of others, and I've learned that that's not going to help you. Now, if you're self-employed, you might be thinking to yourself, how does this relate to me? Like, I make shoes, I'm a cobbler. How does that relate to me in terms of like how is not living for other people's approval gonna make me richer and my life better? I'll tell you how. When you don't care what people think, you're able to live freely. You're able to express yourself freely. You're able to express your individuality in the sense that you're able to separate yourself. Every business has to separate itself from the others. That's what a lot of people ask is, hey, what is your service? How is your service different than someone else? Well, you can say, I don't care what people think. And also, when you don't care about people think, you can be honest with them. You can say, hey, things suck. We've got to get better. You don't have to hide behind this mask of just like me, like me, like me. I feel like a lot of us walk around with a sticker on our forehead that says like me, And even, y'all know I'm a believer, I'm a Christian. And even if you're a Christian, really, this is really points to you. It's like, our job is not to get people to like us. Our job is to like people. This is specifically for people who are Christians. I'm gonna say that again. Our job is not to get people to like us. Our job is for us to like people, okay? And getting away from approval seeking is gonna make your life so much better, okay? Back to the Dr. Seuss quote. He said, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind, okay? The people who really care about you and love you, they're not going to care what you do or what you say. They're going to love you for how you decide to express yourself. Okay, I'm not saying that they're just going to love you if you're just doing bad stuff, but if you're really just being who you are, like giving out your divine essence, people are going to like that. But so many of us are just, we're chained to the expectations of other people. Oh, where's my boss going to think? Where's my friends and family going to think if I do X, Y, and Z? I faced this when I became self-employed. I've been self-employed for 4 years now, and it was just like, a lot of people were saying, why are you quitting this nice job? Why are you moving across the country? All sorts of stuff. But I was like, I had to listen to what was the voice inside of me instead of the voices around me, okay? Because a lot more harm than good comes from living for other people's approval, what other people want you to do, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to live with the consequences of following after other people's approval. They may be telling you what to do. They may be telling you, I may be telling you what to do, but it's like, at the end of the day, you have to go home, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I really being who I am, or am I living for other people? And sadly, I would say most of us, I would say over 95% of us live for other people's approval in some way, shape, or form. And obviously, you can't entirely not care what people think. You can't like be inconsiderate, but it's like, you've got to get past the point. I've learned there's tremendous freedom on the other side of it. I don't care what people think about me. Like, I like myself enough, I'm secure with myself enough to be like, you know what, whatever they say, whatever they think, that's up to them. All I have to do is just be the best version of myself and see how I can help other people. Because I think life's about helping others, not about helping ourselves, it's about helping other people. And you're gonna find success, happiness, peace of mind, clarity, if you're able to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna stop caring. Because one thing I've learned too, my brief time on this earth, is that a lot of times people, they don't really care about what you're doing. It's just an illusion. Like, for example, right? Like with the house situation, a lot of us think that, oh, if I have this nice house, people will like me. I know when I've gone to people's houses, I'll look for a second, I'll look at somebody's car and be like, it'll be for a second, I'll just be like, hey, you know, that's a nice car, or that's a nice house. But after like 2 seconds of like cursory thinking, it's just like, after a cursory glance, I'm like, it doesn't really matter. Like, and if you have friends that only like you because of the stuff you have, then you probably need new friends. Like, it's just crazy. Like that quote says, we buy things we don't need with money we don't have for people who don't like us. Like, we gotta get better. And you know, in terms of when you stop caring what people think, you'll be in a lot better place. That's the main point of this video. You'll have more peace of mind, happiness, and just a better life if you just can get away from living for other people's approval and not caring what people think about you. Like Dale Carnegie said in his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, he said people care more about a tiny little mosquito bite on their head than they do about, you know, world hunger in a distant country. Okay, that's how a lot of us are. We care more about the tiny little things going on in our lives and missing out on the big things going on in others. So I would say don't sweat with other people's opinion too much. You'll be freer, happier, and have a more fulfilling life if you listen to the voice inside of you and not the voice out. The voices, the myriad of voices outside of you that are trying to lead you astray. And remember that it is the eyes of others that destroy us, okay? Stop living for other people's approval. You will have more money, more time, more peace, more freedom, more of the good life, okay? And lastly, as always, unsuccessful people that make decisions based on their current circumstances. Oh man, I feel like I have to live for my mom or my sister or my boss to make them happy, okay? You ever thought about making yourself happy? Like, what's gonna make you happy? Okay, and lastly, successful people, you hopefully, as you're walking this arduous, treacherous journey, successful people make decisions based on where they want to be, okay? If you want to reach your goals and aspirations in life, you can't care what people think. And why is that going to help you be successful? Because it takes the boundaries off, okay? It takes the shackles from you being successful. There's a lot of shackles. I feel like success is more about unshackling yourself than it is freeing yourself, okay? You got to get away from the bad things. It's more so about avoiding the bad things and doing the good things. As weird as that sounds, but thank you so much. Bye.